Hey guys, welcome to another episode about MQTT. So in my previous episodes I showed you how to deal with security with MQTT in a sense of users. So I showed you how to create users and how to restrict access for some subjects. But even if you implement those techniques, there are still things to do about security with your broker. So finally, for this episode, what I have in mind, encryption. So if you do everything that I showed you up to now, your messages still are going to be in plain text. So if somebody is listening for packages on your network, he's going to be able to see all of it in plain text. And of course, we want to avoid that. So for this episode I'm using Wireshark in order to catch packages on my network. And I've set filter both for a source address and destination address to my local IP in order to avoid catching packages that we actually don't care about. So first thing that I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you configuration of my broker with sudo nano mosquitto conf. Okay. So this is configuration from our previous episode, so nothing's new. And now I'm going to use command line interface in order to publish some message to our Mosquitto broker. So with Mosquitto pub, I want to publish to 192.168.0.24 to subject secret user Donny, password 4 zeros. Port is going to be default port 1883, and I'm going to send message, hey, and in plain text. Now I'm going to send this message. Okay, let's see what we have. We have all of these packages. So in here you see that we have something in plain text. So Donny and password. And you definitely don't want some hacker to see this data. Let's see what else we can find. This is header. And now we have our message. So first we have topic and then content of our message. And of course you can see that this is very serious security threat. So for this episode I'm going to teach you how to encrypt communication between your broker and your client. And please keep in mind, this episode it's not about security and encryption. On my channel you are going to find entire series of tutorials about that. But now I'm just going to show you how to use OpenSSL in order to create everything necessary for encrypted communication. And finally how to use all of that in order to set up your broker. So first thing that you need is OpenSSL installed. Next part, we are going to act both as a certificate authority and broker. So first, we are going to create private key for our certificate authority. And then from that key, we are going to create certificate of that certificate authority. In next step, we are going to create a private key for our broker and certificate request from our broker using that very same private key. Next, we are going to use private key and certificate from our certificate authority and certificate request from our broker in order to produce certificate of our broker. Now, certificate of certificate authority, it's necessary both for our broker and our client. And our broker needs its own private key and its own certificate plus. And when we have all of that, we are going to deal with our Mosquitto conf file and we could finally test everything. So first I'm going to clear my screen and I'm going to use OpenSSL in order to create private key for our certificate authority. Okay, on the left you can see that file. So next step is to create certificate for our certificate authority. So of course OpenSSL rec new x509. I'm going to provide days 365. It's completely relevant for this subject. And we are going to provide a key. It's a key that we just have created, so it's CA key, and output is going to be CA CRT. So our certificate authority certificate. And now we have to provide some data from our certificate authority. So my country, in short, it's SR. state SR. For my city it's KG. Now company, let's say Kind Spirit Technology. Organization unit Kind Spirit Technology Certificate Authority, something like this. And now I'm going to provide my local IP address 192.168.0.24. Okay, email address, it's not relevant. All right, we have our certificate. And you could actually check details from your certificate by double clicking and on details. You have everything in here. All right. And next step is to create a private key for our broker. So we open SSL, gen RSA, out, and we are going to call it broker key. Okay, we have our broker key now. And next part is to create a certificate request using our broker key that is going to be sent to our certificate authority. So we open SSL, rec, new, and we are going to output this into broker CSR, and we have to provide our key, broker key. And now we are going to provide some description of our broker. So I'm going to use my country code once again, my town's code once again. I'm going to call my company Mosquitto broker, organization unit local broker. And now this is important part. In order everything to work, you have to provide IP address of your broker or domain name of your broker. So because I'm using local broker, I'm going to provide my local IP address 192.168.0.24. And email address, it's irrelevant in here. This is also irrelevant. Optional company name, let's say okay, now we have a certificate request from our broker, and we are going to use this certificate request in order to create broker certificate that is going to be signed using private key of our certificate authority. Okay, and I'm going to clear my screen, and once again we are going to use open SSL x509 rec input. As input, we need broker certificate request. For certificate authority, we need certificate authority certificate, and we need certificate authority private key. We need option CA create serial, and as output we are going to have file broker certificate, and it's going to last for 360 days. Okay, finally we have our broker certificate. So now what we have to do? Now I'm going to change my directory to Etsy Mosquitto. Okay, and in here I'm going to create another directory with sudo make dir source. Okay, let's see what we have in here. So now I need to copy my broker certificate, my certificate authority certificate, and my broker private key to this directory. So first I'm going to copy address of my local directory, copy location, and cd, paste, but because I have empty space in this path, I need to wrap it. Okay, all right, let's see. Now I'm going to use a sudo command to copy. Okay, this option is fine. First I'm going to copy certificate authority certificate to search CA CRT. Okay, next I'm going to copy my broker certificate to broker CRT, and finally I'm going to copy broker key to broker key. All right, now I'm going to change directory again to Mosquitto. Let's see what we have in here. I'm going to list my certs. Okay, I have broker certificate, broker key, and certificate authority certificate. So you see, we have all of necessary files, but we cannot configure Mosquitto yet, because our Mosquitto user needs to be owner of these 3 files. So in order to solve that, I'm going to use sudo chown Mosquitto as owner, and I'm going to provide these 3 files. Okay. I need to change directory to certs. Okay. This is going to work now. And now I'm going to list these files with command AL. And now you can see that owner of these 3 files is Mosquitto. So now I'm going to change directory again. And I'm going to use sudo nano to configure our mosquitto.conf. Okay, so first I don't need this option, and these 4 are totally fine. So now first thing that we are going to add, it's port number. We are going to change it to 8883. This port number is default for MQTT protocol in case that we are using encrypted communication. Now we have to provide CA file and path to our certificate authority certificate. So in this case it's etc Mosquitto certs CA CRT. Next one, it's key file. This is private key of our broker, and once again etc Mosquitto certs broker key. And also we have to provide the certificate of our broker. So now we have to provide cert file and address, it's etc Mosquitto certs broker CRT. And we have to provide the version of our TLS that we are going to use. So TLS underscore version TLS v1.1. Okay, this part is done. I'm going to write this and I'm going to exit. I'm going to clear my screen. And finally we are going to restart our broker in order to apply all of these changes with sudo systemctl restart Mosquitto service. Alright, and finally let's test it. I'm going to send message from my command line interface to my broker, and we are going to look for incoming messages with our Wireshark. So I'm going to use Mosquitto underscore pub. Of course, host it's 192.168.0.24. Topic it's secret. User it's Donny with password with capital P 4 times 0. Okay, message it's and this is encrypted. We have to provide port number with small letter P, so it's 8883. But now we have to provide the additional 2 options. So with double minus sign, we are going to provide TLS minus version, and we are going to say TLS version 1.1. So you have to match your TLS version with your broker configuration file. And final option that we have to provide, it's also with double minus sign, CA file. And now we have to navigate to a certificate of our certificate authority. And once again, I'm going to copy this path, copy location. Okay, and I'm going to add file name. So it's CACRT. Okay, so this is done. I'm going to send this message. Okay, let's see what we have. And finally, as you can see, our message is completely encrypted. Let's try once more. I'm going to send something else. Let's go with a bunch of zeros, like this. Okay. And of course, everything is encrypted. So guys, thank you for watching. I hope that you have learned something interesting. And once again, if you are interested into security and cryptography, soon on my channel you are going to see a list of tutorials about that subject. So please like, subscribe, and see ya!